Hello stamping friends, welcome back to another card in the November 2014 online card class. This card is really cute and really easy, and I want to talk to you one thing about the embossing folder that I use in the background. When you get your instructions, it will tell you which one you see in that picture, but I wanted to change it up a bit and use a different embossing folder so that you could see. And this is more of the, this is the wood grain one. So it really gives a lot of texture to the card. When you got your instructions to, for this month's class, you were told to get the Festival of Trees and the matching tree punch from Stampin' Up. So, that is one thing. And then you have been given suggestions as to which sentiment stamps to use. You could use any of them. For this one, I'm using the For You, and I'm using the Birthday Wishes. When you are in the online class, you get the PDF instructions that tell you what supplies were used, the measurements, and how to put your card together. But these videos do help you. I feel like, because I'm more of a visual learner. Your card kit this month will have the whoa, that was an old one, the crumb cake card base, your envelope, and a layer, which is the early espresso. And then you will also get a layer that is the very vanilla. And for this one, I went ahead and ran it through the Stylish Stripes embossing folder. Again, I just want you to see what these will all look like using different embossing folders. Now, the card itself, if you'll notice, the trees are not stamped. They are going to be punched out. You will get some pieces of cardstock to punch out your trees with, and this is called Under the Tree Designer Series paper from Stampin' Up. Now this paper, oh my gosh, it is so stiff. It's beautiful. So there's two sides. On the other side, there are all the more neutral colors, but great patterns. So this this Designer Series papers is called Under the Tree. Well, we're going to actually use it for our trees. We're going to be punching out trees from the paper itself. So we're not going to be stamping. So this is, whoops, not going to use that one. I want to use this piece. Going to punch out one tree. Ooh, that flew. Then going to use one of the green pieces and punch out a tree. This is really a fast card. And our final piece, punch out. There we go. So we have our three trees. Now let's put our card together. Okay, so you will get a piece that's this size, and the dimensions are on your PDF, but you'll get that for your little band. And put this aside. All right, so let's take and use some snail for our card base. Whoops, nope, I'm going to do it this way first. Sorry. I want to attach the embossed layer to my early espresso, and I'm going to use liquid Tombow glue. It really gets down in those embossed areas and helps keep your card from falling apart. Just hate it when that happens. Layer this on here. Give that a good press. And then, because we're using a piece of unembossed paper, but we're attaching it to embossed, again, we're going to use some liquid Tombow. Get it to the edges. There we go. Okay. All right, let's put this on. Make sure your trees are going the right way. I've told y'all before, I'm the queen of boo-boos. I can usually fix it, but not if I do something totally wrong, upside down. Well, I guess I could have made the, anyway, we won't go there. Okay, so the next thing is you will get some of the linen thread in your kit. These card kits, I hope you enjoy them, because I feel like it helps you put cards together really quick and easy. So I'm going to tie this. Now, I always leave my ribbon, my linen thread, everything on the bolt or on the piece itself. I feel like it saves me on waste. But when you get the card kits, we obviously can't do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie this in a knot just because I don't want my bow to slip. It's hard to do this one-handed with this linen thread. Then I'm ready to tie it. Okay, so that might be a little trick for you, especially if you're by yourself making your cards. Now the linen thread I still feel cuts better with Stampin' Up's craft scissors, which I call them ribbon scissors. I put ribbon on mine, and people who come over and stamp with me know that we use those for ribbon only. Or we could use it for fabric. We used to sell fabric, but it's just like when you were little and your mama said, don't use my good scissors on that craft project. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up my bow a little bit and trim off a little excess. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to attach this layer to our card base, and we can use snail for this because it's not embossed. Okay, layer this down. Now, see how my card stays open? Little tip for you if you haven't already figured this out. If you'll take a bone folder and give that a good crease, it lays down much nicer. All right, so we're going to take our trees, and of course we're going to use some dimensionals again. Let me grab some more here. I go through dimensionals a lot. So if you are doing dimensionals like we do on these classes, you might want to add those to your next order because we do use them a lot for these cards. All right, so now let's put our card together. If you notice, if you use the punch like this, you don't have to clean stamps, which I love stamps, so don't get me wrong, but this just really makes a fast card and very manly card, okay? You've got that hunter, you've got that outdoorsy guy in your world. He would love to get a card like this, okay? So then this next tree, we're gonna stick it right there. Okay, so now we're ready to add our embellishment. And I'm just going to get a piece of scratch paper here. And I want you to see on this one, I cut the banner straight. I kind of wanted to play something with this one as I made the video. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up happy birthday or birthday wishes and stamp that straight down and lift it straight up. And then, whoa, I didn't do it straight down. I have a little bit of trash there. So let's fix that. Okay, so let me clean my stamp. What am I calling trash? Trash is that little smudge of ink because I'm not stamping straight down like I just told you to do. So I'll go ahead and wipe some of that ink off. All right, third time's the charm. There we go. So I thought as a fun way to make a banner is that I would just freehand cut. And I'm just going to give it a little. Now you will have scraps in your kit and you can do it either way. You want a fast banner? You can do it like this. You want a perfect straight banner? You can cut it with your paper cutter. All right, so trim off a little bit there, a little bit there. Then we're going to make our banner's tail. Snip it up the middle, snip from corner to corner. Okay, other end. Same thing. There we go. Okay, and of course we're going to use some dimensionals, but before I do that, I want to take my bone folder and give it a little bit of a curve. Now one end I want down because that's where my dimensional is going to be, and then I'm going to come up and then back down. So I'm giving it a bit of a wave. Okay, you can kind of see that. And then you can kind of flatten it some with your hands if it's too much of a wave. So we'll put a dimensional where the flat part is. And there we go. Had a little bit of ink on my finger so you see the little smudge. All right. So now let's set this on our card. And actually, I kind of want that middle part up a little bit more. So there you go. Okay, fast and easy way to make this card. Or if you want to take your paper trimmer so you can see the difference between the two, nice and straight, curvy and fun. All right, hope you enjoyed this card. Thanks for coming.